But this is going to be a bigger deal than what most people even realize. This is going to be a bigger deal than most people realize. Here we have Elon Musk being in the position that he is, folks. I don't think most people realize it yet, but I believe that what we are seeing unfold before us is a very pivotal trajectory change. Okay? Very pivotal trajectory change at with Elon Musk at the helm of it. Because here we have Elon directly challenging the woke narrative, directly challenging a lot of these assumed cultural trajectories that have been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. They've been very contentious, and I believe they've been propagated from a smaller but a very powerful and a very vocal minority of folks that have even gone so far as to overtake many of our very institutions. Yeah. And so we have Elon taking a decisive strike back to this stuff, folks. I just turned up the microphone volume. I heard someone complain about that. Okay, so I believe that this is now hear me out, because I believe that what Elon has been expressing lately, I think it's going to cause a certain degree of a paradigm shift in the way that we are all thinking and where we're all going culturally, particularly as it relates to the Western world. And I don't think we've even begun to see the reverberations of the things he's talking about. And I think Elon Musk, for a number of reasons, is uniquely positioned to be very effective. If there's any one person you could pick on the planet to offer a shift in the paradigm as it relates to the culture, it would be Elon. Furthermore, even though Elon is pretty opinionated, he's not particularly political, and I think that's important, right? I think that's very important because it also speaks to something else, folks. In terms of, I've been saying for a while now that the traditional left versus right paradigms, I think they've become very antiquated. I think they become very antiquated, and I think we are way overdue for fresh perspectives on things. Okay, fresh perspectives on things, and new ways of looking at things that embrace the better aspects of both sides, for lack of a better term. And I think Elon is uniquely positioned to bring that in, because he does have strong opinions, although he's not overtly political guy. And it's great because in a lot of ways it's bringing a lot of different people together that normally wouldn't be together on things, yeah? And it's really, really shaking up the scene. It's really shaking up what we've typically assumed to assume that where we are going, right? And here we have Elon Musk going, not so fast, not so fast. I don't like this stuff. I don't like this trajectory. It's making us a meaner world. It's making us a more censored world. It's making us a less freer world, yeah? And when you're talking about these sorts of issues, as it relates to people on a daily basis, these break down the political walls. These break down the partisan walls. And for those that don't, for those that do want to make things like censorship and people's basic freedoms and environments of that encourage self-expression without being micromanaged and demonized every step of the way. Nobody wants to live in this Orwellian world that keeps being foisted upon us. Okay, if you look at where we were just 5 years ago, just 6 years ago, and the Orwellian trajectory that we've been on, it's very drastic. Even when you look at, even if you watch movies from 6 to 8 years ago, there's an enormous difference. There's an enormous difference. It's a disturbing trajectory in a short amount of time, in my opinion, guys. In my opinion. So, I think Elon Musk is uniquely positioned to shake this up and challenge it and say, no, I'm not down with this stuff. Because before that, the institution powers that be, look, I was just thinking about it too. If you've followed one celebrity's Twitter account, you've literally followed them all. They're all parroting the exact same opinions, the exact same perspectives, the exact same attitudes, 99.9% of the time. And one of the silver linings through this, what we've uncovered through the pandemic over the last almost 2 years now, is I think one of the silver linings is it's forced people to perhaps re-examine their relationship with particular institutions, their relationship with what they considered entertainment, their relationship with the media that they're ingesting. And now here we have folks listening to me right now instead of Good Morning America or whatever other morning shows are on TV. You're sitting here or you're listening here on your way to work. You're listening to me talk to you, an independent content creator on a small budget out of a one-bedroom apartment in a city. Because people have been waking up and they just want something that's just more real. They want something that hits them that's just more real. That doesn't feel like an agenda, right? It's almost like when you meet someone new when you're out and about, and you know when you're at a party or you're out, and then you could tell the person that's talking to you, it's somebody with an agenda, whether it's a selfish agenda or they're trying to get you to do something for them or join something. It doesn't feel genuine, right? It doesn't feel genuine. And I feel so much of our media is so always agenda laden that I think it rubs people the wrong way. It makes, there's just something very uneasy about it, isn't there? Something very uneasy about it. Something very disingenuous about it. And so what I'm seeing is, I think more and more people are waking up to this sort of vibe. And I think Elon Musk is right at the helm of it, folks. I think we are going to look back in this as somewhat of a watershed moment, if you will. Somewhat of a watershed moment. And I think looking back on this period in a couple years is going to be very, very telling. Very telling.